I think he represents, in some ways, the most kind of Darwinian strand of it, the guy who's the most willing, or at least as we see him, the most willing to do whatever it takes. But he isn't anywhere. He is straightforward, and he's, and in a way, I think I'm instructing him more in the realities of it than even Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. You know, he's actually got a kind of decency to him that's a liability. So I'm showing this guy that the real path, and potentially in the end of this movie, he'll be more like me than Philip, which is not a good thing. He'll be worse than me. So I don't know. I think I'm just, there's all these pressures on, everybody's applying pressure to him, you know, and so I'm kind of one of the most sharkish pressures on him. There is this sense of like, hey man, you know, you should get out of this if you can't cut it, but it's also kind of ugly and macho and sort of, there's something really ugly about it too. I mean, I'm kind of pushing him and challenging him and belittling him and questioning his manhood almost. It's creepy. But there is this weird sense of like, he enjoys the game of it and he enjoys winning, but he doesn't enjoy destroying this guy. You know, it's what he has to do. It just has to do it. I vaguely knew what it was about because of the play, but, you know, then I read it and, you know, I got these long scenes. They're like 6 pages long, and there's really good dialogue, and it doesn't happen like that, you know? And then the character, I really liked him because he's such a bastard. It was fun to do that, and I also thought, wow, because I remember my agent was like, well, maybe, wouldn't you rather play the character that Philip's playing? And I thought, no, because he loses in the end. I actually win in the end of this. So I was like, I'd like to play the guy that wins in the end. So there was that too. The movie is all, Ryan, it's all about this young guy's kind of education in the world, you know? I mean, it could be happening anywhere, and it's just about a guy having to kind of join the grown-up world. You know, the father gives that speech in the church in which he talks about she's a girl and she was innocent, and, you know, and he was too, you know, and they're forced to grow up, and it's just about the ugliness of becoming an adult in a lot of ways and how awful that can be now in the world now, but probably always has been. You know, shocking change from being an idealistic child and having fun to realizing that you can get killed, literally. Oh, it was great. And I'd heard it was great. You know, I know people who'd worked with him before, which is one of the reasons it made me interested to work with him. And yeah, he's a lot of fun. But he's a funny guy because he's a lot of fun, but he's also deeply serious about this, about everything but this. And but he was doing all that stuff, so he knew every element and how it was all going to fit together. And so he was totally in control. So when you went in there, I mean, we also had days that were, for a movie, it was like 10 hours and you were done. That's unheard of. He was so in control of it that he kept it relaxed and fun. It's just actually kind of entertaining political thriller in the mold of those, you know, the movies. George keeps referencing All the President's Men and like Parallax View and The Manchurian Candidate. It has that kind of thing to it. And I love that kind of movie, and hopefully it's suspenseful in a way. Hopefully it's actually entertaining beyond it just being thoughtful and stuff like that. I hope it's actually just entertaining. That's what I liked about it.